presentation, this webinar will be focused on understanding space health through omics. I will talk about what omics is, what is this theme or this branch of science all about, what are the various opportunities where early career scientists, as I would like to say, would get an opportunity to do some hands-on, how we are providing an opportunity to start your own project in the domain of space omics, and a lot is there to talk about. So without any further ado, let's move on to today's webinar. So I'm pretty much sure that all of you present here today has been inspired by this extraordinary field of science, which is space science. Be it the first person in space, Yuri Gagarin, or the milestone event, that is the landing of human on the moon by Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, or maybe the recent commercial launches like Bob and Doug on SpaceX, or the other space tourism based flights. These are all our inspiration, and that was the exact name of the recent commercial flight as well, where people, those who are not astronauts, went to space. So this is an exciting time to be enthusiastic about space science in general. And according to statistics, around 20% of the kids worldwide have a dream of becoming an astronaut. So I'm pretty sure that many people who are present today in the audience, once in their lifetime, have definitely dreamt about becoming an astronaut. I would admit I have done the same. But as we grew up, we took different branches of science, went on to study different specialization, and somehow that dream of ours kind of faded away. Me being a biologist, never thought that I can be a part of space science or the space industry in any form. But here we are. The new domain of space science, astrobiology, has made my dream possible. And today we are going to talk about how you can also begin your journey as an astrobiologist or a space omics specialist. Whenever you look up into the night sky, see these brilliant stars, the brilliant planets, I'm pretty much sure you must have wondered if we are alone in this universe. Are we the only place where life can exist? Or there might be some place far away in the distance, maybe millions of light years away, there's someone waving at us. We don't know. With the scientific advancements that we have had over the past years, we have only found one planet that has life on it, and that's our very own planet Earth. The blue marvel as it is seen from space above, the only planet in the entire universe, to our knowledge so far, where life can sustain and thrive harmoniously. But in the recent times, there has been debates and talks and speculations about other planets being host to various life forms, or maybe they've had life forms many years ago. Mars, our neighboring red planet, is one of them for sure. And recently in the year 2020, NASA launched the milestone rover, which was named Perseverance, to Mars. And its sole mission was to study astrobiological symptoms or signals, which we also call as biosignatures or technosignatures on the surface of Mars. The Perseverance rover, which you can see here, is called an astrobiology robot. So with the name you can understand, its mission is to look for potential life forms or to find out the relics of ancient life forms. One of the major goals of Perseverance rover is to drill in the Martian soil, collect the soil sample, and make it ready for a return mission. So you must be wondering, what are the scientists up to when they get the soil samples, right? The soil samples back on Earth, now what? So that's where our topic kicks in, that is space omics. These soil samples are being brought back to Earth to analyze them through a technique which is known as metagenomics. What is metagenomics all about? We will be talking in depth during our 1 month program. But in short, metagenomics is a technique of analyzing the DNA, RNA, or any of those nucleic acid remains in the soil samples, in the raw soil samples. That's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited for it as well. So looking forward to talking more about it. But apart from Mars, there are other places as well where we expect life to exist. One of them is Jupiter's moon, Europa. Europa is a frosty satellite. It's covered with thick layers of ice, but it has been speculated under scientific grounds that underneath the thick layer of ice there remains liquid water. Just like when the lakes freeze when you have snowfall, but under those frozen layers of ice, the fishes can live pretty much comfortably because the water underneath is still warm and in liquid form. And if that's the case, if liquid water is present on Europa, doesn't that make you wonder whether Europa has some sort of aquatic life, if not macro-sized life, maybe microbes? And that's the reason why NASA has planned to send this particular mm, robot mission, which is known as the Europa Clipper, in the 2030s. And this is really an exciting time to be enthusiastic about astrobiology and space science in general because you can witness all of these things happening. And who knows, maybe one of you guys sitting right in the audience today could be that person who discovers extraterrestrial life for the first time. I'm pretty much hopeful for it. So, talking about various projects, enthusiasm, being excited about astrobiology, just like Sonalika introduced in the introductory part, the Lara Diken is an OmicsLogic research fellow. She has been working on several astrobiological projects with us, and one of her projects was analyzing the radiation threat on the gut microbiome of astronauts. So now I would like to transfer the stage to her so that she can share her experience, her journey of becoming an astrobiological scientist. How did she get excited and what motivated her to take that extra step from being an enthusiast to transition into someone who is actively working in this domain? So, what was her motivation, and what are the benefits that she experiences being an active astrobiology scientist? Let's hear it from her.